Okay, hey Professor, this is everybody for the travel guide speech. I'm going to be passing it off to my homegirl, Jill. Jill, make sure that you don't stop the recording at the end because that's the important bit. I got to show everybody else at the end. But okay, so to my fellow associates today, I'll be telling you about traveling to and in France. This is speaking from my own experience and also some stuff I picked up online. So you already know me as Brandon. You don't. Hey, I'm Brandon. Hi, nice to meet you. All right, let's get this party on the road. So my own experiences traveling. I've been pretty much all over the place. When I was like 4 years old, I remember traveling to the Philippines at the tender age of like, again, 4. And I'd stay there for like a year or two with my grandmother. I've been from France to China, from China to Spain. I believe we were almost in Russia at one point, the Philippines. And then there's also America to make it nice and short. I've been from New York to Las Vegas and everything in between. And to give, some little background here, this was us in Tennessee, my family. That's me as a youngin'. We were in Florida. That was in France. We were, taking photos outside the Eiffel Tower. And we're, funnily enough, every time I was in the Philippines, I go to the Philippines a lot because I had a lot of family there. That's me on a game show in the Philippines. I was on Filipino TV at one point. And the backstory behind that, I was my stomach was hurting, and they told me not to stand up during filming, and I was looking for a toilet. So, yeah, so I got experience, globe trotting, and France was my favorite. We went there during the winter, so I'll be telling you all about going to France during at least the winter time. Preparing, okay, so when you're going to France, again, during the winter, I'm speaking from that perspective. Besides your essentials, hey, make sure you got your passport, your social security card, all that's locked up where nobody can get it and only you can get it. Because worst case scenario, you need it, you don't have it, and now you got to prove that you're like a national in some foreign country. Could be Mars, could be, God forbid, California, who knows. But also mentally prep. You need to mentally prep. Because if you've never been on an international trip before, they could be like 10 plus hours. Worst thing that happened to me and my little brother was the UK experience. There was a layover of like 300 people from different connecting flights. And we were part of that connecting flight. There were like 3 stations where they needed to check all your baggage. And you weren't allowed to have, like those little lotion bottles or whatever. Yeah, well, you weren't allowed to have those, And they would confiscate them, run them through a machine, figure out if it was a substance you weren't allowed to have, and then they would confiscate it anyways, and they did that to about 300 people. We were about that close to missing our flight, and that happened almost twice. Travel comfortable. ClickUp.com also says bring a scarf. My mom brings a scarf everywhere in France. It's true. It's a nice little, you look very, very vogue. You look very nice. Very comfortable. Don't wait last minute also to make your accommodations. You do not want to have that very awkward conversation with your loved ones or partner. Once you get to France, this isn't during the winter time. Everything's booked up. All the expensive hotels are the last thing that's left. Hostels won't take you. B&Bs are all full. Weren't you supposed to warn who did it? Yeah, I thought they said this. I thought I said that on the group chat. And now you're stuck. And now guess what? Instead of spending your time there, you're spending time going back home. So yeah, make your accommodations ready. All right, so currency, money, cash, narrow, don't care what you call it, money makes the world go around. You gotta make sure that you have sufficient money traveling anywhere. So when it comes to that, sort of thing, I don't care if it's Mars for all I care. You gotta make sure that you have enough money, especially when you do all the conversion rates and everything. You need to make sure what you bring is what you got. Exotic.com also says bring $1,700 at least to France. I say in my experience bring $2,000 because that's going to be enough for like a week or two, right? Here's the thing: travel expenses that you will guarantee get blindsided by: a SIM card and transportation. Are you going to be taking a car, which is a rental, or are you going to be walking around like this is Dungeons and Dragons with a physical map in your hand, going from place to place? Because you're going to need your phone, and you're going to need Google Maps, and that needs a SIM card. So yeah, you're going to need those things. You're going to need to make sure that you understand what your little expenses are going to be. So going forward, activities, what do you do once you get there? You could go to the art museums, cathedrals, Eiffel Tower. But, and here's a big but, you could make a schedule or you could not have a schedule. In my opinion, you could just free ball it and go side questing. Go where the wind takes you. Those are going to be the, like real baller memories that you're going to have. I remember when I was in Japan, I just started walking in a random direction and I got lost. Ended up in an awesome park in Ueno Park, and I ran into a Japanese biker who gave me wisdom. His piece of wisdom was if the guy in front of you was driving slow, drive fast around him. So like that was really sick. I still remember that to this day. Boulangeries, bro. Boulangeries are sick. Boulangeries is basically a French word for pastry shop, right? My thing is that I ate nothing but breads, cheeses, wines, right? That was my entire thing. These shops can basically make any fresh baked pastry on the spot, and they do so regularly on the hour, so everything's always fresh. But France Adventure also says that you should learn some basic French just to make sure that you don't get any misunderstandings. Because again, yeah, they also speak English, but sometimes it might not be the best English, and you don't want them to serve you cheese if you're lactose intolerant, right? So boulangeries are dope. You can get like a lot of great food there. All right, who's ever seen John Wick? Latest John Wick movie, 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 and maybe 5. I've seen, John Wick. Awesome movie, right? At the end of the climactic battle, this duel, Keanu Reeves' duel with Kane at the end of the movie of the latest John Wick film, he has this duel at the end of the movie with Sacré-Cœur. Sacré-Cœur is a gigantic French cathedral, absolutely beautiful. It has an amazing view of Paris, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. Here's the thing, it's absolutely free. You can go up there, you can take pictures, you can have photo ops. It's absolutely amazing, the view. However, that's a half-truth. Going inside, I believe, does cost you money. And you can see like all the priceless art and the amazing architecture. You can even go up inside the dome, funnily enough, and take a bird-eye view of all the landscape and everything. It's absolutely gorgeous, right? Tourist checklist says that like if you're gonna visit during either the daytime where it is like sunrise or the nighttime where it's like sunset. So you can get like a really nice, beautiful photo. But you also got to keep in mind like that tourist rush, So also walking up and down, I would recommend Sacré-Cœur if you got really rough knees, bro. If you got rough knees, it gonna be a rough time. Believe me that. Strasbourg. All right, Strasbourg. Amazing, amazing little place. If you're going to France during Christmas, this is one of the biggest Christmas festivals in France. The festival hosts 8 different Christmas markets, all with their own various themes that go back to the 14th century. Again, this is one of the biggest festivals in France during Christmas time. You can drink hot wine, and also you should take part in the 101-foot tall Christmas tree. It is one of the biggest celebrations. This is their premier thing that they're also well known for. Amongst the food and the trinkets that you can buy, there's also this little place that Lily Chaudy says that you should visit, that is the Rue des Orfèvres. I'm not very good at French, but Orfèvre, I believe, means gold, and it loosely translates into what I believe is the Golden Street, which is basically a long strip of road that is festive with lights and stores. You can buy all kinds of little trinkets and stuff. So, Lily Chaudy also says that you should take that in, but do so very slowly at your own leisure. And lastly, I thank you for listening. Remember, this is not gospel or anything, so don't take it as much. But if I could impart to you one thing, you don't need to have an itinerary. I suggest just treating it as one big side quest, because those are going to be the baller memories you're going to make. I appreciate y'all listening, and do not stop pressing record. And this is the audience.